Record. In this chapter, we are going to see how to create an edit form. So far, we have been using this particular prompt, okay, add form prompt to create the forms. Let it be add form or grid form, we will be using this particular prompt, whether with the drop down or without drop down, whatever may be the case. But now, for the edit form, this prompt would be better. So, any form with the parameter, because edit form need a parameter. Based on the requirement, we will be passing on the primary key. Let it be Bal Vikas Center key ID or student ID, whatever the based on the requirement that we will be sending that primary key. So for that case, this would be better. This particular prompt will be better. So I kept open that one. And let me show. Okay. So here that form. Okay. So in this form, so we have the similar structure. Only thing we'll be having two URLs. Obviously, for all the forms we have two URLs. It is been already predicted. We need to copy those things into their respective place. Nothing special. Okay. Okay. Whatever the after making the necessary changes, I'll show you here. So it starts from here. So what I need to do in the URL 1.0, that is JSON 1.0, I need to copy the update tag. So Bal Vikas Center update tag. So where do I take from? From the tag file. Okay, that you are already familiar. So that I will be specifying that one, followed by the response. So you can try editing a particular Bal Vikas Center update, or you copy the add form and simply make the changes in the status description Bal Vikas Center update. That would be simpler, okay, to make it the response much simpler. Okay. Then the URL 2.0, that is the next. So the first API is to update once the necessary changes made in the objects, it has to go back to the database. For that, this API is used. The next API is to fetch the data of the existing data and display in the objects. So that is the first point. So 2.0 related to that one. So EBV Bal Vikas Center load API. Of course, load API we are already familiar with. Okay. And here now you'll be while generating the form response. Okay. While generating the response, we need to specify the center ID, which center it belongs to. Obviously, you can try with 1, 2. So when I try with 1, I got the response like this. Okay. Okay. So that information, that response I have copied here. Okay. Then based on the above responses, I have listed my requirement. Create a form to edit Bal Vikas Center as follows. Columns are to be taken from JSON 1.0. Parameter center ID, okay, to be passed to the form. The center ID to be used as a parameter for API 2.0, right? So for 2.0, the API to be used, the parameter whatever passed to the form, it should be used in the API so that the actual data will be listed out. Then API URL JSON response 2.0 to be called during page load. Okay. The response 2.0 to be filled in the object and the drop down of the form. Okay. Then the save button on click should create a JSON 1.0 and API URL JSON response 1.0 to be called. Back button on click, it goes back to the grid. That's it. So this is about the overall requirement. Of course, in the save button also you can specify that after save should go to the grid. Okay. So that need to be specified. Okay. So once this is done and you copy this prompt and put it in the ChatGPT, you'll get different parts like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Copy the respective places and the PHP will be ready. Okay. Now I need to update a small thing on based on the ChatGPT information. I'll explain what need to be done. Okay. This we will take an example so that you will understand what need to be done. Okay. Just a minute.
Recording in progress.
In all the three forms, let it be add or grid or edit. I have listed out, kept open all the three. So I'm going to give an important information about all these forms. So you need to note down this one. This is very important. I'll go to the JavaScript part. So just scroll down, you can see the JavaScript. Okay. After the style, the JavaScript comes, correct? Yes. Here, there is something called $document ready function. Below that, there are few things given. All this information, let it be one line or multiple line, you need to copy this in the end of the PHP. Okay, I just copied this one. Go to the end of the document. Here I have pasted it. And this has to be done for all the three. Let it be add. See, wherever the page load is required, that is important. Where in whichever the form the page load is required, in that form, whatever the document get ready, the lines, the commands are there, that has to be copied to the line number, the end of the document, where I'll say exactly where. Call user-defined load functions. Okay, that you could see this line. Call user-defined load function. Under that category, the command, you need to copy this. Okay, let me check up with the grid. So in the grid also, I'll go to the JavaScript. Okay. So here directly, sometime what happened, it directly say the function load Balvika center grid. Okay. So this is a function which call the API to load the information. So automatically this need to be copied to the end of the page. End of the page, after the call user defined load function. Okay. Let me check up with the edit. Okay. Control N. Okay. I'll go to the JavaScript. Here more lines are there. So I need to copy all the line, whatever the line between the document ready function. Okay. I need to copy this, go back to the end of the document and paste it. So all those lines are to be pasted below the call user defined load function. That's it. Now, there is one more important thing that I need to showcase you regarding the edit. So we are discussing on the edit form. But here I have concluded everything, what are the changes required in the add form also and as well as in the grid form. Okay. To make it you understand what really happened. So this particular part is important to load the form. Okay. Wherever the load is required, during we say during the page load, this should happen. No. For that purpose, we are doing this one. Okay. Right. Now, one more thing in the edit, which we need to do wherever the parameter is sent. Okay. There we need to copy this particular part from the PHP, whichever sent by the ChatGPT. So I'll open the this particular thing, whatever the response I got from the ChatGPT.
Recording in progress.
Once the prompt is copied to the ChatGPT, the part one, which is the PHP, will be generated or will be created first. So that you need to copy from the ChatGPT, then put it in the PHP file. That would be the first part. The first part is this one. You can delete the existing one and paste it here. Okay. So if I say, if you take as specifically, I'll take the grid form. Okay. Let me, for example, show you. Here, this part to be replaced by this part. Okay. This part, which I have taken from the ChatGPT. Okay. So the first PHP. So generally the PHP starts with the less than arrow. Okay. A less than symbol followed by question mark, then PHP. Finally ends with question mark greater than symbol. That's it. So you need to copy this one. Need not think too much on this. Actually, what happens, I'll explain little about the PHP also. Here, whatever the parameter, we are sending an ID as a parameter. This ID parameters, the data has been received from it, and we have created an variable called center ID, and in that the ID is placed. Okay, all these things are taken care by ChatGPT, but at least you should know what is happening at a higher level. Okay, that's what I explained. So you need not worry about what really happening in the code, but you need to copy that. That you need to have in a mind that anytime when the form you are passing a parameter, then this particular part is important. Okay. Which will be sent by the ChatGPT by default, the ChatGPT. Okay. So that will be the part 1. Then the part 2 is panel. Then part 3 is JavaScript. Like that it goes on. Okay. Okay. Fine. So that's about this particular chapter. Okay. So we will see in the next chapter wherever required. So the edit form looks like this. Okay. So automatically when you click on the grid, it opens the edit form because which is already predefined. So it opens up the all the information, whatever already fed during that, and that you can edit and make changes, whatever. Like I make main center. Okay. Then save. That's it. So it says Balvika Center Master Update. That's it. It goes back to the grid. From the grid, you can again edit or delete or create a new center as per your choice. Right. Hopefully, these 3 chapters, chapter 3.9, 10, and this would be the 11. Okay, will be very useful for you to understand the basic form creations. We'll see in the next chapter soon.